As men grow older, many changes occur in the body. Some changes are obvious, like slower movement or reduced muscle strength, while others are more private and rarely discussed. One of those private areas is sexual health. Yet maintaining a healthy relationship with your body is just as important at 60, 70, or even 80 as it was at 30. Many men believe that sexual pleasure fades away with age, but the truth is very different. With the right understanding and rhythm, self-pleasure can remain a safe, healthy, and even beneficial part of life well into later years. Aging does not mean the end of intimacy with your own body. In fact, many urologists explain that self-stimulation can support prostate health, improve blood circulation, reduce stress, and help maintain sexual function. However, the way the body responds after 60 is different from earlier decades. Hormone levels shift, nerves become slightly less sensitive, and recovery times grow longer. Because of this, the rhythm and approach that worked in youth may no longer feel comfortable or effective. Learning a calmer, more mindful rhythm becomes the key. The first important idea is slowing down. Younger men often rely on fast, intense stimulation because their bodies respond quickly. After 60, the body typically responds better to a slower and steadier rhythm. Slowing down allows blood flow to gradually increase and reduces unnecessary strain on sensitive tissues. Many urologists recommend approaching the experience with patience instead of urgency. Think of it less like a race and more like a gentle process of reconnecting with your body. A slower rhythm also helps the nervous system stay relaxed. Stress and anxiety can interfere with arousal, especially as men age. When stimulation is rushed, the body can tense up rather than relax. But when movements are steady and controlled, the brain receives signals of comfort and safety. This encourages stronger and longer-lasting responses. In many cases, men over 60 discover that a calm rhythm actually leads to a more satisfying experience than the fast habits they developed decades earlier. Another key factor is listening to the body. Every man ages differently. Some may notice increased sensitivity, while others may experience reduced sensation. Paying attention to these signals is essential. If the body feels tired or uncomfortable, slowing down or pausing is a wise decision. Gentle awareness prevents irritation and helps maintain long-term sexual health. Self-pleasure should never feel like a physical challenge. Instead, it should feel like a moment of relaxation and personal care. Hydration, circulation, and overall health also play a major role. As men grow older, blood flow can become less efficient. Regular physical activity, even something as simple as daily walking, supports healthy circulation throughout the body, including the pelvic area. When circulation improves, natural responses improve as well. Urologists often emphasize that sexual health is deeply connected to heart health, movement, and good sleep. Another surprising benefit of maintaining a healthy rhythm of self-pleasure after 60 is prostate support. Some medical experts believe that regular ejaculation may help clear prostate fluids and support prostate function. While it is not a cure or treatment for disease, moderate and comfortable sexual activity can be one small part of a broader healthy lifestyle. For many older men, this knowledge removes unnecessary shame and replaces it with understanding. Emotional well-being is equally important. Society often sends the message that sexuality belongs only to the young, but that idea is simply not true. Desire does not suddenly disappear when someone turns 60. What changes is the pace and the way the body prefers to respond. Accepting this change rather than fighting it brings a sense of peace. Instead of comparing themselves to their younger years, many men find it more helpful to appreciate the wisdom and patience that come with age. Privacy and comfort also matter. A calm environment, free from distractions, helps the body relax. Taking time, breathing slowly, and approaching the moment without pressure can make a significant difference. When the mind is calm, the body follows. This is why many experts emphasize mindfulness and relaxation as part of healthy sexual aging. It is also important to mention moderation. Just like exercise, balance is essential. Overly frequent or forceful stimulation can lead to irritation or fatigue. On the other hand, gentle and occasional self-pleasure can be a natural and normal part of life. Finding a rhythm that feels comfortable, perhaps once or a few times per week, depending on personal health and desire, can help maintain balance without strain. Communication with healthcare professionals is another valuable step. Many older men hesitate to discuss sexual health with their doctors, but urologists deal with these topics every day. If there are concerns about erectile function, discomfort, or changes in sensitivity, medical guidance can provide reassurance and solutions. Modern medicine offers many safe ways to support sexual health in later life. Ultimately, the perfect rhythm for men over 60 is not about speed or performance. It is about patience, awareness, and respect for the body's changing needs. Slower movements, relaxed breathing, and mindful attention create a healthier and more comfortable experience. Instead of chasing the intensity of youth, older men can discover a deeper connection with their bodies, one built on calmness, understanding, and self-care. Aging does not take away the ability to feel pleasure. What it asks for is a different approach. When men embrace a slower rhythm and listen to their bodies, they often find that intimacy with themselves remains meaningful, healthy, and fulfilling for many years to come. As men move beyond the age of 60, the body begins to respond to stimulation in a different and often more deliberate way. What once felt natural at a fast pace may now feel rushed or even uncomfortable. Many men notice that their bodies need more time to warm up, more patience to respond, and a gentler approach to maintain comfort and satisfaction. This is where the power of a slower rhythm becomes important. A slower rhythm is not a sign of weakness or decline. Instead, it is an adaptation that respects the body's changing needs and allows pleasure to develop in a healthier and more sustainable way. When stimulation becomes slower and more controlled, the body has time to increase blood flow gradually, which is essential for arousal and overall sexual response. Younger men often rely on speed because their circulation and nerve sensitivity respond quickly. But after 60, the body benefits from giving these systems a little more time to work naturally. Moving slowly allows the muscles to stay relaxed and prevents unnecessary tension in the pelvic area, which can interfere with comfort and enjoyment. Another reason a slower rhythm is beneficial is the way it supports the nervous system. The human body reacts strongly to stress and tension, and as men grow older, they may find that stress has a greater effect on their physical responses. Fast or aggressive stimulation can sometimes create pressure rather than relaxation, especially if the mind is focused on performance or comparison to earlier years. When the rhythm is slower and more mindful, the body receives signals that encourage calmness. Breathing becomes steadier, muscles remain loose, and the brain has time to process pleasurable sensations without feeling overwhelmed. This gentle pace allows the entire experience to become more balanced and comfortable. Many men are surprised to discover that slowing down actually leads to stronger and longer, lasting responses, because the body is not being rushed or forced into action. A slower rhythm also helps protect the sensitivity of the skin and tissues. As the body ages, the skin naturally becomes thinner and more delicate, which means it can be more easily irritated by friction or excessive pressure. Gentle and steady movements reduce the risk of discomfort while allowing the body to respond naturally. This approach encourages awareness and attentiveness, helping men stay connected to the signals their bodies send. When something feels pleasant, it can be maintained, and when something feels uncomfortable, adjustments can be made without strain or frustration. This awareness builds a healthier relationship with the body and reduces the risk of minor injuries or irritation that can happen when movements are rushed. Another important benefit of a slower rhythm is the way it allows pleasure to build gradually. Instead of focusing only on reaching a final result quickly, the entire experience becomes about the journey of sensation and relaxation. The body has time to respond in waves rather than sudden bursts, which can feel more natural and satisfying. For many men over 60, this gradual build up creates a deeper sense of enjoyment and connection with their bodies. Rather than chasing the intensity of youth, they discover a calmer and more mature form of pleasure that respects their physical state and emotional well-being. This change in mindset can be very freeing because it removes the pressure to perform in a certain way and replaces it with a focus on comfort and self-awareness. The power of a slower rhythm is also connected to overall health and circulation. Good blood flow is essential for sexual response, and after 60, circulation can become less efficient due to natural aging or lifestyle factors. When stimulation happens slowly, blood has time to move through the body and reach the areas that support arousal. This gentle increase in circulation can make the experience more comfortable and sustainable. Combined with healthy habits like regular walking, stretching, and staying hydrated, a slower rhythm supports the body rather than demanding more from it than it can comfortably provide. Patience becomes one of the greatest advantages men develop with age. While younger years often emphasize speed and intensity, later years offer the opportunity to slow down and appreciate the subtle signals of the body. The power of a slower rhythm lies in its ability to transform self-pleasure into a calm, respectful, and mindful experience that aligns with the body's natural pace as it grows older. As men move past the age of 60, one of the most valuable skills they can develop is the ability to truly listen to their bodies. In earlier decades, the body often responded quickly and predictably, requiring little thought about pace, comfort, or recovery. Energy levels were higher, circulation was stronger, and the body naturally handled physical stimulation with ease. However, as time passes, the body begins to communicate in more subtle ways. Sensations may change, responses may take longer, and recovery periods may become more important. Listening to these signals is not a sign that something is wrong. It is simply the body asking for a different kind of attention and care. When men take the time to understand these signals rather than ignore them, they create a healthier and more satisfying relationship with their own physical well-being. The body constantly sends messages through feelings of comfort, tension, warmth, or fatigue. These messages are especially important during moments of physical intimacy or self-care. Instead of rushing or pushing the body to perform in the same way it once did, paying attention to these signals allows a man to adjust naturally. For example, if the body feels relaxed and responsive, that is a signal to continue gently. If there is discomfort or strain, it may be a sign that the pace needs to slow down or that the body needs a short pause. These simple adjustments help prevent irritation and maintain comfort, which becomes increasingly important with age. When a man respects these signals, he works with his body rather than against it, creating a more balanced and positive experience. Another important aspect of listening to the body after 60 is understanding changes in sensitivity. Some men find that they become more sensitive to touch, while others notice that sensation is slightly reduced compared to their younger years. Both experiences are normal and part of the natural aging process. Instead of viewing these changes as problems, they can be seen as guidance for discovering what feels best now. Slower movements, lighter pressure, and more patience often allow the body to respond in a way that feels comfortable and enjoyable. Over time, this awareness helps men learn new rhythms and approaches that match their current physical condition. Energy levels also play a role in how the body responds after 60. Many men notice that their bodies feel stronger and more alert at certain times of the day. Some may feel most energetic in the morning, while others feel relaxed and comfortable in the evening. Paying attention to these patterns can make a noticeable difference in comfort and satisfaction. Choosing moments when the body feels rested and calm allows natural responses to develop without strain. Ignoring fatigue or stress, on the other hand, can make physical experiences feel forced or less enjoyable. Listening to the body's natural energy cycles helps create a more relaxed and positive environment for self-care. Breathing is another powerful signal the body provides. When a person feels calm and relaxed, breathing becomes slow and steady. When stress or tension appears, breathing often becomes shallow or uneven. During moments of physical stimulation, paying attention to breathing can help guide the body toward relaxation. Slow, deep breaths encourage muscles to stay loose and allow blood to circulate more freely. This calm state supports natural responses and helps the mind remain present rather than distracted by pressure or worry. Many people underestimate how strongly the mind and body are connected, but breathing is a clear example of how emotional calmness directly influences physical comfort. Listening to the body also includes recognizing when rest is needed. As men age, recovery time becomes more valuable. The body may need longer breaks between intense physical experiences to remain comfortable and healthy. Respecting this need for recovery prevents fatigue and protects sensitive tissues from irritation. Taking time to rest is not a limitation, but a form of self-respect that allows the body to maintain its strength and responsiveness over time. When men treat their bodies with patience rather than pressure, they often find that their overall well-being improves. Hydration, physical activity, and general health habits also provide signals that the body uses to communicate. Feeling stiff, tired, or sluggish can sometimes be related to dehydration, lack of movement, or poor sleep. By maintaining healthy routines like regular walking, stretching, and drinking enough water, men support the systems that influence circulation and nerve function. These habits make it easier for the body to respond comfortably during intimate moments because the entire system is functioning more efficiently. Emotional awareness is another part of listening to the body. Feelings of stress, anxiety, or sadness can affect physical responses more strongly after 60. The mind and body are closely connected, and emotional tension can make relaxation more difficult. Taking time to relax, breathe, and clear the mind helps the body respond naturally without pressure. When men approach self-care with calmness and patience, the experience becomes less about performance and more about personal well-being. Over time, men who learn to listen carefully to their bodies develop a deeper sense of confidence and understanding. Instead of feeling uncertain about changes that come with age, they recognize those changes as guidance. The body is not losing its ability to experience pleasure. It is simply asking for a different rhythm, a gentler pace, and more awareness. By paying attention to comfort, sensitivity, breathing, energy levels, and emotional state, men can maintain a healthy and positive connection with their bodies well into later life. As men grow older, maintaining good health becomes more important in every area of life, including parts of the body that are rarely discussed openly. One of those areas is the prostate, a small gland that plays a significant role in the male reproductive system. After the age of 60, the prostate often becomes a focus of attention for doctors because it can gradually enlarge or become more sensitive over time. While medical checkups and healthy habits are essential for monitoring prostate health, balanced self-care can also play a supportive role in maintaining comfort and normal function. Understanding how the body works and respecting its natural rhythms helps men approach this topic with confidence rather than embarrassment. The prostate is located just below the bladder and surrounds part of the urethra. As men age, hormonal changes can cause this gland to slowly increase in size. This process is extremely common and affects many men over 60. While enlargement is not always dangerous, it can sometimes lead to symptoms such as frequent urination, difficulty starting urination, or a feeling that the bladder does not completely empty. Because of these changes, many urologists encourage men to pay attention to their prostate health and maintain habits that support circulation, relaxation, and balance within the body. Balanced self-care can be one part of that overall lifestyle. One reason balanced sexual activity can support prostate health is related to the way the body manages fluids produced by the prostate gland. The prostate contributes to the fluid that forms semen, and regular release of this fluid may help the gland maintain normal function. Some medical researchers suggest that occasional ejaculation can help prevent the buildup of certain secretions within the prostate. While this does not prevent disease or replace medical care, it may support the natural clearing process that the body already performs. For many men, understanding this process removes the sense of shame that sometimes surrounds the subject and replaces it with a more practical view of personal health. Balance is the most important concept when it comes to self-care in later life. Excessive or forceful activity can lead to irritation or discomfort, especially because the tissues of the body become more delicate with age. On the other hand, gentle and moderate stimulation may support circulation and relaxation. The key is not frequency or intensity, but comfort and awareness. When a man listens to his body and chooses a calm and steady approach, he reduces the risk of strain while allowing the body to respond naturally. This balanced rhythm aligns with the body's needs rather than pushing it beyond what feels comfortable. Circulation also plays an important role in prostate health. Good blood flow supports the function of many organs in the body, including the prostate and surrounding tissues. Physical activity such as walking, stretching, and light exercise helps maintain the circulation. When the body remains active, blood moves more efficiently, delivering oxygen and nutrients to tissues that depend on it. This improved circulation can support natural responses and reduce feelings of stiffness or discomfort in the pelvic region. Self-care that occurs in a relaxed state, combined with regular movement during daily life, helps maintain this healthy flow. Hydration is another factor that supports the prostate and urinary system. Drinking enough water helps the body flush waste through the urinary tract and prevents irritation that can come from concentrated urine. Many older men reduce their water intake to avoid frequent bathroom trips, but this can sometimes create the opposite problem by irritating the bladder and surrounding tissues. Staying properly hydrated supports overall urinary health and allows the body to maintain balance in its natural processes. Another part of balanced self-care is emotional comfort. Many men from older generations grew up in environments where discussions about sexual health were considered private or even shameful. Because of this, some men feel uncomfortable acknowledging that sexual desire or self-pleasure continues after 60. In reality, these feelings are completely normal. Desire does not disappear simply because someone grows older. Accepting this truth allows men to treat their bodies with kindness and understanding rather than guilt or embarrassment. When self-care is approached with calmness and self-respect, it becomes part of overall wellness rather than something to hide. Medical guidance is also an essential part of protecting prostate health. Regular checkups with a doctor allow early detection of potential issues and provide reassurance when everything is functioning normally. Urologists are trained to discuss these topics openly and professionally, and they encourage men to ask questions about changes they notice in their bodies. Self-care habits should always complement professional medical advice rather than replace it. When men combine healthy lifestyle choices, regular medical visits, and balanced personal habits, they create a strong foundation for long-term well-being. Diet can also influence prostate health. Foods rich in vegetables, fruits, whole grains, and healthy fats support the body's natural defenses and reduce inflammation. Nutrients such as antioxidants found in tomatoes, leafy greens, and berries may contribute to overall prostate wellness. Limiting excessive processed foods and maintaining a balanced diet supports not only the prostate, but the entire cardiovascular system, which is closely connected to sexual health and circulation. A calm and balanced lifestyle ultimately supports the body in ways that go far beyond a single gland. When men care for their bodies through moderate activity, good nutrition, hydration, emotional comfort, and gentle self-awareness, they create conditions that allow their systems to function more smoothly. The idea of prostate health is not only about avoiding illness, but also about maintaining comfort, confidence, and quality of life as the years continue to pass. Balanced self-care becomes part of a larger picture of aging with awareness, respect, and attention to the body's natural needs, as it continues to adapt and change with time.